One of the critical things that you, as an observer of the news, must always pay attention to is to know when things change, to know when the trends have shifted, to know when the orders have been given, and to watch specifically what the mainstream mediocrity, what the lamestream media, what the putative sock puppet, statist, shadow government, ghoulish media, what they have been ordered to do. And if you pay attention specifically to what's happening right now as to their coverage of Joe Biden, it's obvious to everybody and anybody of what's happening. It's amazing. But you have to pay attention because sometimes it's subtle. Let's go through a couple of examples, what you need to know. But first, let me remind you to like this video, to subscribe to this channel, to hit that little bell so you're notified of live streams and new videos, and first, to listen to these most important words from our sponsor. $2,000. That's where gold is headed. $2,000. The growth will continue throughout 2023 with gold prices remaining elevated at an average price of $2,086 an ounce. All this is according to Bank of America, and it looks like they are absolutely right. At the beginning of December, gold crossed $1,800, and it's still climbing. And if this year has taught us anything, it's that tangible assets are the only assets you can count on, like gold. It's time to open a gold IRA now. Crypto keeps on tanking. Stocks are too volatile. Gold in your IRA is steady. So what are you waiting for? What? It's not too late. Thousands of people have retired comfortably with the help of Noble Gold Investments and their gold and silver IRAs. If you've been a hesitant investor, but one of the handful of Americans who can go for gold and silver in your IRA, now's the time to act. If you get in before the end of this month, you'll bag an incredibly free 3-ounce silver American Virtue coin with every qualified IRA of $20,000 or above. You can't go wrong with Noble Gold Investments. Call 877-646-5347. That's 877-646-5347 to find out more, or visit noblegoldinvestments.com. Remember, there is always a risk of loss, and past performance is not indicative of future results. All right, dear friends. Now, I have said since, and I don't know when I first said, but not only will Gavin Newsom be the nominee, the Democratic nominee in 2024, he's going to win. Now, I didn't say he's going to win fair and square. I'm not saying he's going to win because he deserves it. I'm not saying he's going to win because I like it. I'm saying he's going to win. And he is going to be what the shadow government needs to fulfill their globalist, statist reset. They learned from Joe. They knew he wasn't really up to speed. They knew he wasn't really up to par, but they had no idea that his senescence would increase and that he would crater at this free fall speed. It's like a controlled demolition. Where have I heard that? In any event, between Carmelita Harris, or Rice for the matter, Carmelita Harris, and that Karine Jean-Pierre, the queen of the shrugs, rather, I don't know. They've had it, and they've hit a roadblock. They need somebody smooth. They need somebody who knows the routine, that you don't have to hide by keeping them handcuffed to some radiator in some root cellar in Wilmington. Somebody that you don't have to blast with Adderall and B12 an hour before he's supposed to appear. This is what's going on. Everybody knows this. We've all known this. And look at what's happening lately. First, remember, everything about Joe Biden is specifically choreographed, specifically put into the workings, so to speak, so that what is seen is controlled. That's why you don't see him. So what did we do? First, let's start off with the most obvious. The picture of him on the beach without the shirt. This pallid, pasty, white, shuffling. Remember, one of the signs, and I'm not a physician, please. We have so many self-styled experts on vaccines and mRNA. I'm not saying this. I'm merely telling you what I have read, what family members read, what people read whenever they want to learn more about the signs of dementia and the like. What we have here and what we are seeing specifically is something very interesting. One of the signs, in addition to some forms of Parkinson's, the tremor, is of course these little the shifting, almost like sliding, kind of that flat plastic stare affect, and also lowering of voice, whispering, and micrographia or micrographia, depending upon where you're from, writing tiny. So here's Joe sliding along. He looks like he's on the beach. All he needs is one of those metal detectors, where those wands, those old men who would walk along the beach in the morning and look for keys or something. It was a big part of my Florida upbringing. But anyway, you would see these folks. He looks like he lost his beach towel, like he lost his chaise longue. He's walking around. They did this on purpose. He doesn't look good. They want you to see him. They're setting him up for the transition to Gavin. Then, this is the weirdest. Whoever looked at that when he showed up to see King Chuck, what was it? It was this expanse of walking on pebbles and gravel and you could see him grabbing on. You're not supposed to touch the king. So what do? It takes the poor guy who falls upstairs. Remember, he falls up, not down, up. This guy who's extremely shaky on his feet, who always needs support, who walks around shaking hands with people who aren't there, who walks around with that, I remember the old Tim Conway, Dorf or whatever, not Dorf, whatever, the old man with Mrs. No, it's another one. I'm getting my Tim Conway characters. By the way, kids, Tim Conway, ask your parents. In any event. So they have him walking around, long expanses of real estate, long tracks of perambulating and locomoting and peregrinating and moving and ambulating that accentuate his lack of sure-footedness, all to set him up, all to make him look more and more disheveled, bedraggled, decrepit, wizened. The other day when he was on some MSDNC, the nicest set you could possibly get. And what kind of ice cream do you like? Do you like soft serve or prefer the scoop? Do you like a cone or a cup? I mean, just come on. Do you like a spork He gets up and he walks away. He don't say, like he didn't know. Nobody does that. How many times have you been watching interviews? Unless you're ticked off and you take the mic or the IFB off, whatever, you throw it down. That's one thing. But when you're confused as, do I leave now? No, you don't leave. What are you doing? They're setting him up. And here's the way it's going to play. He is going to say, mark my words, write this down. And I've been saying this forever, so this is memory. And if you've been watching me, you know I've been saying this. Joe Biden is going to say, I promised myself a long time ago that I would only serve in office so long as I was able to contribute, so long as I could help my beloved country and my beloved citizens, so long as I was viable and important and critical and of use. And I promised myself, if anything happened, if anything changed, if anything happened to my personal situation or my health or my acumen or wherewithal, I would step down and let the new generation, the new torch, and that's what's going to happen. He's got to step down because Bobby Kennedy changed everything. He accelerated it. And when you see Bobby Kennedy is 20 points ahead, he's 40 points ahead. And he poses an existential threat, by the way, not only just to the Democrats, but everybody in particular, because he is getting people, he is doing what Bernie Sanders kind of sort of did and what Trump did. He sparked this. We haven't had a real something different in a long time, and that's critical. So he's going to move up. Now, as far as Carmelita Harris, what about her? She doesn't care. Give her an ambassadorship. Give her some, maybe a university presidency. Adam Schiff is going to be taking Dianne Feinstein's position. AOC is going to take Chuck Schumer's for sure. And whatever the hell happened to the abandoned Kirsten Gillibrand or whoever these people are, they just, what's so weird? I find myself, have you ever done this? Where you say, did you ever do this? Is he alive? Kirsten Gillibrand. Yep. The senator. Yep. She just said, don't see her. How about Cory Booker? Remember Cory Booker? He was everywhere. What happened to him? They just told him, sit this one out, Cory. Yeah, sit this one out. Sit this one out. Yeah, just do yourself a favor. Just go over there for a while. Because these people come and they go, and that's where that one's going. Now, Gavin's going to be the Democratic nominee. Who should he pick as VP? Well, and by the way, let me just, while we're on this subject, please stop saying that. Please stop saying that Carmelita Harris is the insurance policy, that she's so bad that nobody will ever let Joe step down because nobody wants her. Excuse me. This is what you need to have. You don't have to have anybody. Joe proved this. Carmelita Harris, as demented and as word saladish as she is absolutely out of her mind. Is still light years above Joe Biden. Light years. Keep in mind that, okay? Light years. So don't give me this business about, well, she's... No. It doesn't matter. Karine Jean-Pierre could jump in there. Here, sign this. We don't care what you say. We don't care what you do. What, are you going to be worse than Joe? You're not going to shake hands with somebody who's not there, are you? No. You're not going to whisper off and bring up things and talk about your dead son and how he died in Iraq, what he did. You're not going to do that, are you? You're not going to infuse your wife with her sister and all this. You're not going to go up to kids and whisper in the ear like, this is between us. This is our little secret. You're not going to do that, are you? You're fine. You're doing fine. So let me tell you something. Remember, keep an eye on this. It's over for Joe. It's done. How long they stretch this is up, but it's already in the works, because the people who are the sworn, wholly owned subsidiaries of the shadow government, the mainstream mediocrity, they are already on board. The latest one today, I read, what was it, from The Hill or whatever. He's screaming, he's yelling, he's profane. One of the signs of dementia also, this hyper aggressive and hypersexuality. So there you have it, my friends. There you have it. You heard it here first. Well, if you've been listening to me, you've heard it before in the past. So thank you so much for watching. Have a great and a glorious day. Please like the video, subscribe to our channel. And how do we say this? Subscribe to our channel. And hit that little bell. And please patronize and support our wonderful sponsor. The link right there is for you, for your investment goals, for your future, and for your peace of mind. All right, dear friends, have a great and a glorious day. And now comment as you see fit.